All right, I'm getting word that we're ready to go with Homey D Clown. With, excuse me, let me pull it up here. With the inimitable. Dude, I'm taking too long. Just send it over. Just send it over, guys.
Well, hi everyone. Good morning and welcome to Homey the Clown. So, with me today are I'm corndan, and my commentators here are Brossentia.
Hello, everybody.
And Fyzzu.
Hello, this game is horrible.
And, it is. And Ezmar, I believe you can confirm that the bid war was for worse audio?
Correct. Worse by a landslide.
Well, we are set up.
I even donated.
You can go ahead and bring it up.
Corndan.
So this is what you guys donated for.
No.
Well, you didn't, but they did.
Oh.
And so we're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. So the whole point of Homey D Clown is Homey was a clown with a syndicated show. It ended. There's another studio that's looking for a clown, and so they're going to send you to go do it. You might have noticed the first thing we did was go and get beat up. It's literally so we can get to the hospital. It actually lets us avoid some of those paparazzi that are there. And on top of that, we have to get this balloon, well, this glove. We're going to turn it into a balloon.
Yeah.
Oh,
very nice
and
dodge
now,
there.
Yeah. So those three guys are trying to stop you from getting the show so they can go get the show. But, you know, we're going to go on our way, and we're going to go on the subway because we don't have a car. So we're going to go everywhere by subway.
Enjoy the sounds.
Enjoy the sounds.
Don't worry,
particularly.
Okay.
Particularly Washington here. We're going to spend a lot of our time here.
Gosh.
Has some of the worst music.
Yeah, it basically aggressively farts at you. That's what this music does. Like, why does this even exist?
That is a question I have about a lot of aspects of this game, including who thought that taking a sketch from In Living Color and turning it into a point-and-click adventure was a good idea.
Now, what we're going to do here is there's only like 5 items you actually need to complete the game. There's a whole bunch of items here we're just going to ignore. So one of the ones we have to have here is this blue cap. We'll use it here pretty soon. And the other ones we're going to go pick up along the way. We're basically going to have everything we need in like the first 3 minutes of the run.
I will say, in terms of sound design, I love that it plays a random sound effect every time you pick up an item.
Yeah, I love that out of all of the adventure games that could have been chosen for the marathon, this is the one that made it. Well, it's short comparatively.
To be fair, it is short. Now, so I'm going to pick up this here. We're going to put it on. This is a box. Now, it doesn't do anything for the speed run. If you wear the box, all the paparazzi that kind of follow you around that we ignored because we got punched in the face will now just ignore you. So it's here. If you were playing casually, you would use it to avoid all the paparazzi. We don't really need it. I just think it's funny to have a box on my head.
Absolutely. You're effectively doing a solid snake. You're using a box to avoid enemies.
Well, yeah.
It's also part of your big plan of making people listen to this for a little bit more.
Yeah, well, so they have to come up here. We can talk to this guy here. It's Los Locos turf. It's gang territory. Obviously, a clown with a box is not in the gang. We put on a blue hat. Guy moves away. We're in a gang now. It's all cool.
Heck yeah.
If you were to go and just talk to him, he would beat you up and send you back to the hospital. Like half the guys here, you talk to them, they just like punch you in the face.
Yeah, that's one of the best things about this game is that if you mess up, if you talk to someone who you're not supposed to talk to, it will just send you back to the start of the game effectively because you'll go right back to the hospital.
I mean, you still have your items. It's fine.
Yeah, and the game is always completable. You know, if you need subway tokens, you can always buy them for, why am I going this way? Buy them for $1, and you can always get 2 50-cent pieces in change. Now we're walking the long way back around the subway. I could just get punched back in the face and sent back to the hospital. It turns out this is about 15 seconds faster than waiting on the subway.
And in a game like this, or in a game lasts this long, that's actually quite a big time save.
It is. So, you know, we're going to be on the subway for a little while, so if we got donations, now's a good time.
Well, we've got a very important donation, $50 from Brossentia. Donating for bad music for Homey because worse literally makes me nauseous. Corndan, don't you ever submit this again anywhere, and you are banned from running it on my channel.
All right. So we got to get in the subway here. This guy here, he just wants something. You give him the red hat, he runs off.
I want item. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're getting into everybody's favorite thing in a adventure game, the door maze. I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't know the real secret to this. See, when I started playing around with this to try and learn it, I couldn't figure it out. And I ran up to this person here and I just bashed my face against the keyboard and I pushed my way through. However, we found a new way to do that. You can do it by just clicking the mouse. And so instead of like doing what you're supposed to do, you can just like push your way through it. And that kind of works because you can go diagonally into people. The people that move like horizontally, and it pushes you back horizontally but not vertically, so you literally just shove your way through them. So like everybody in the subway, to get where you need to go, you just shove your way past everybody.
This game makes a frightening amount of sense sometimes.
And that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to really go through a whole bunch of these. I literally don't ever remember it.
I love the fact that not only is there a door maze in this, but pretty much every location in this, every overworld map is kind of a maze in and of itself.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of door mazes.
I do also want to point out a fun fact. All of the stops in the run are actually stops on the Chicago Transit Authority L system.
Oh.
So we need to talk to this guy, right? Hey, we could use a tie, only $3. Now, this is the most shady tie dealer I've ever met, but you know what? It's $3. Why not get a tie?
Yeah, I like ties.
Yes, we'll get the tie here. So one thing we haven't really shown off in the game yet, we'll do it right here, is that the game not only does it have bad music, but it also has digitized voice. So we're gonna talk to this kid here. He's blocking the way. Hey, clown, make me a balloon animal, right? Well, you know what?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But that didn't really solve anything. Maybe Homey don't play. He don't make no fool out of himself. And honestly, right? Homey don't play that. Now, see, look, the kid hasn't gone anywhere, but you know what? I got this glove I kind of blown up. You know what? Kind of looks like a hand turkey. That's good enough for the kid.
So just dumb.
I think that is actually the first puzzle that we have solved in this game, or the first thing that you could call an actual puzzle.
Yeah.
No, we solved the blue hat and the red hat.
I don't consider them puzzles.
He just wants change. You can clip through him, but I don't feel like it. Right, we picked up the dollar here. And so now we're in that office building. We're most of the way through. You know, this guy, he just thinks it's a dumb looking suit, right? Which, to be fair, it is kind of a dumb looking suit.
Yeah.
This guy here now we can push through the horizontal ones, but if I try to go through the vertical guys, they literally just push you back horizontally. It's the way the game prioritizes what direction you go when you run into NPCs. So you can't go through the vertical guys. We have a dress code here. You'll need a tie. You know, let's put on our comically oversized tie.
He just runs away. He's like, I don't like you. But
Well,
you got a
have
tie.
you-
I look the other way.
Have you seen that tie? I would run away from that tie.
Oh, for sure. Now, this guard here needs to see a building pass. Now, what you're supposed to do is go in the basement. There's an office in there. You can grab his pass. We don't really care because we're just gonna push through this. Instead of doing this with the mouse, I actually do this one with the keyboard because I have to select something right with a voice. You know what? It's a speed run. We need to save all the time. We're just gonna shove past that guy. He's a bad security guard. He doesn't
Yeah,
stop
he
us.
is.
Now, there's this woman here. You could push through her here, and then we just wander through all that. Now, see, this is another door maze. Right, you do all
It's an
this. Look, we
elevator.
gotta do this again.
How are
It's an
elevators
elevator
mazes?
maze.
How?
Homie, don't play that.
I
Go
don't
up and
know.
down.
Play that. I don't think.
Yeah, I think so.
But we're gonna
Wow.
But so we're gonna shove past him again because, you know, I apparently got on the wrong elevator. You talk to this woman here. Do we work here? Well, clearly we're here to inspect the plumbing, but she says we got to get a visitor's pass. But you know what? Do we work here? Of course I do. And now we can go on.
Oh no, he said
Now-
your suit is stupid.
Well, it is. So now, you know, part of the game we basically skipped is that Klutzo the Clown is part of the mob and has like mob enforcers. So you just want to go away from him. Now here we are at the studio, right? Well, the studio's locked. How do you get in? You jimmy it with a credit
So
card.
people are asking why you are wasting time talking to people, and why are you doing that?
Because it's funny.
And because he wants us
So
to
some of
listen to the music more. That's why. It's all a
Yes.
scam.
That too.
It's a
That's the
scam.
real reason.
It is all a scam. Now here, obviously, we need to do this. They're looking for someone in a clown suit. I'm sorry, we're a Shakespearean actor. We're not in a clown suit. So now we can just go back and put in our clown suit because, you know, they're looking for a clown for the show, not a Shakespearean actor. And now we're done. That's time.
Yay!
The
How much
music
of the
is
game did you
over.
actually play?
Honestly, probably about 20% of it, maybe max. So we've got a thing. Can we sing a song for the boys in the bathroom? Well, no, we're just going to hit him with our sock with a tennis ball in it. Then it tells you everything about all of the enemies that we never saw in the game because we just avoided them all. The only one that's actually interesting is this guy here. I want to point out this game was made in 1992. That Arnie continued his life of crime in California. He was elected into office as mayor of Glendale City. This game's a little bit prophetic, except the governor didn't give himself $1 million a year. And then, you know, we get our show. What's our show here?
Yeah.
Homey the clown, don't mess around. Homey the clown, don't mess around. Homey the clown, don't mess around. On with the festivities.
And then the game just ends, and
And
it
it
kicks
takes
you
you
back
out
to
to
DOS.
DOS.
So I
Corndan,
wanna
that
give
was great.
a big shout out to the Cuso Grande and the Bad Games community for being real supportive of all this. And a big thank you to my wife, who's currently upstairs with my kids, so we can do all of this. She's been super supportive of me doing all of these things. And without her, I wouldn't have this sort of game to share with you guys today.
Oh,
So
yeah. Thank you, everybody.
with that, I think we can kick it back to the host for Little Big Adventure 2 coming up next. It's going to be great. You guys will love it.
Yeah, that certainly was something. We got loads of donations. They went so blisteringly fast that I didn't have time to read like half of them. So, but we've got a very important $1,000 donation from Sharif, who says, "Homie, don't play that." We've also got Mooware donating $100 saying, "I desire that beautiful, pristine, most rare of video games, a boxed copy of Homey D Clown for Microsoft DOS." We've got Dolores Fred donating $20 saying, "Hey Corndan, I still can't believe they let you run this. Greetings go out to the entire Kuso community. You are the best." Tina Hacks 95 donates $20 saying, "Can't let my good friend Corndan show off the absolute pinnacle of modern video game design and not donate to show my love. Break a leg, Corndan, hopefully someone else's. And don't forget, you have to wear a suit and tie to be here." Donation to Runner's Choice. We've got Moose65 donating $50. "Had to donate during Homey D Clown. I bought this game as a kid since it was cheap and looked fun. Unfortunately, it's a big mess. Saw it recently on Cuso Grande. Lovely to see it get completely obliterated at GDQ." And we've got a Twitch ad, so just hang tight, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. We have the next run coming up in a little bit, but before that, we're going to give you guys an interview here with Kizaron and Starbird. So take it away, guys.
What's up, SGDQ 2020? I'm not allowed to sleep, apparently. This is Kizaron here, and I'm joined by Starbird, who's going to be running Alf, of all things. Alf. Why Alf, Starbird? Why Alf?
I'm going to use the word run very loosely because this is going to feel a bit sentimental.
I think we're having a slight technical issue. In the meantime, we've got a couple donations. Weird Cutscene Fan donates $5 saying, putting my money towards those Fiona cutscenes for Azgan the Dragon Slayer. Let's get that bonus silliness. And I would like to remind everybody that that donation incentive is coming up soon. So if you want to see those cutscenes, get your donations in now. Irion1 donates $25 saying, keep up the great work and greetings from all of my community. We're all watching. Let's make this event great despite the challenging times. Cheers. We've got Marcus donating $25 saying, you guys are amazing. Loving these short runs for my morning here in the UK. And we've got Kyle donating $250 saying, I've been watching GDQ events for a while now and I've loved every minute of it. Every game runner is amazing. You all have a talent. Keep it going. You all rock. $100 from Archimedes, who says, love summer games done quick. Thank you to everyone for all the hard work to make this happen during COVID. And we've got Reese donating $500, saying, I've been a longtime fan of GDQ, and I'm happy to give to such a wonderful cause. I love this community, and these runs always bring a smile to my face. Stay safe, everyone, and here's hoping for a supersonic end to this pandemic. Thank you very much for that generous donation. All right, and I'm getting word that we're ready to try take 2 of this interview. So back to you guys.
All right, much like in speedrunning, sometimes you just have to do a quick reset and start the run over. So speaking of run, I'm Kizaron. I'm joined by Starbird, who's going to be running Alf. And you know what? Forget it. I'm totally like starting the entire interview over in the sense of why Alf?
Why not, Alf? I got a long, winded speech about this. No, there's a lot of sentimental reasons behind Alf, and I probably wouldn't even be with my partner right now if it weren't for her watching me play this game, which I use the term game, very loosely. Alf, I blame you for breaking the audio last time, by the way. Yeah, sure you are.
So this game, this game, quote unquote, is apparently supposed to be an action-adventure game with puzzles. Can you confirm or deny if this is actually true?
This is Metroidvania, way before Metroidvania. Actually, no, this is 1989. It's after Metroidvania anyway. But there is, as far as puzzle goes, it's it's as minimalist as you can get as far as puzzles. I think the most complicated puzzle is don't buy the fish.
Okay. Well, on the topic of food, you were mentioning salami. before we jumped in here. So, salami.
All right, so
why there's salami in this game? I guess.
it's not edible, although
Well, what good is it?
I don't know if I should spoil that. Anyone who has ever seen this game knows what the salami is for. Basically, it is your only means of attack in one stage of the game. And this is where you have to kill bats and you use salami. You know, it's bats' natural weakness.
All right, I did not know that, so I guess we're all learning something a little new today.
If you ever have bats coming down your chimney, just go to the refrigerator, get that stick of salami. You're good to go. You're fine.
Now, I'm assuming that salami is used for some sort of speed tech, and we'll save that for the run, just to get everyone excited to see salami. Is there any other sort of speed tech that isn't like too spoilery about your run that you mind bringing up?
Stay alive is basically the best speed tech you can ask for in this game. Normally, if you're going for a personal best or a world record attempts, you're going to be using a ton of death warps. But the problem with this game is that you only have like 10 lives. You got 5 to start with, and then you got to continue another 5 at that point, or something like that. Maybe it's 9. Either way, you don't have a lot to work with. So for marathon safety, I've had to eliminate all but 2 death warps, intentionally anyway. This game may still like hate me, which it does that a lot, and may cause me to die.
I mean,
so
marathon luck.
Marathon luck. This is all marathon safety. So there was a new skip called ladder skip that was discovered, which you will see, but it definitely means that means you don't have to go deeper into one of the other dungeons. I called you, Wes. I really am thinking Metroidvania now.
See, you say Metroidvania, and that's not what I would think an Alf game would be, because I'm used to Alf, the TV show, where he's just locked in either the laundry room or the attic. So I'm assuming just from that we're going to see a lot more than just that.
Oh, yeah, we are. At least it's not like a Pac-Man game like the DOS version. Yes, there is a DOS version.
There is one more thing I want to ask you, and then I have to give you a friendly reminder after that question. But the final question. So, if anybody actually wants to pick up Alf, I know you mentioned that the community is a little bit on the smaller side, but do they have any resources if this seems like something they want to pick up?
Yeah, if they go to, we actually have a page on SRC, of course, you know, the leaderboard and whatnot. I actually made a guide, a video. Work from there.
Now, for your reminder, don't forget, you have a nice little poem to tell us when your run is going. So,
yeah, it's should be back. Wow, it's actually going. Yeah, I know it is.
hold on, folks. It seems like we have a little bit of a technical issue. Hope everyone is enjoying the silly block so far, assuming I am still hot.
Yeah, it's up and down. I probably should.
Don't forget, everyone, after this interview is done, once we get everything solved and everything, we will have Little Big Adventure 2 with Jangle Storm coming up. And it looks like we might have Starbird back. Hello, can you confirm?
Oh, I apologize. That last question.
Oh no, I was just reminding you to tell us a nice little poem when your
yes,
run is going.
Everyone's
I believe
in the
you said
haiku.
you had a haiku. Yep.
Everyone's in the haiku mode right now, so this is no exception. Hopefully, I can do this before everything drops again. All right. This is not a game.
But I think we'll spare everyone Alf's wrath right now by going ahead and throwing it to the host once again. So sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. But Starbird, good luck with your run, and hopefully the tech issues don't persist when your run is actually going.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Ezmar.
All right. Well, we're going to be getting Little Big Adventure going in just a second. Meanwhile, we've got Gel Tusklau with $10 saying Little Big Adventure 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Glad to see it at GDQ.
This is an emergency. With no proven treatment or vaccine, slowing the spread of coronavirus around the world is critical. One of the most important things we can do is social distancing, keeping some physical distance from other people. By staying home and avoiding large groups, we can dramatically lower the rate of infection. This keeps everyone safer and helps ensure our healthcare systems don't get overwhelmed. We all need to do our part to flatten the curve of this epidemic. Health workers on the front lines of this pandemic are also the most exposed to infection. We need to make sure they have the personal protective equipment they need to do their job safely, so they can help keep the rest of us safe and healthy too. We need to prioritize the scarce supplies of face masks, gloves, and other essential equipment for health workers. This pandemic is especially threatening to people who are already struggling to get basic health care. We're concerned about the safety of refugees and displaced people, including those in Mexico, Greece, Syria, and Bangladesh. Scientists are in a race against time to develop new tools against coronavirus. Once we do have the proven drugs and vaccines we need to end this outbreak, everyone should have access to them. Drug companies must not use this pandemic as an excuse for more profiteering. Public health needs come first. We've seen health systems completely collapse in the face of an epidemic, like the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. We've never seen a global pandemic on this scale. That's why we're focused on maintaining our life-saving medical projects around the world. People still need access to maternity care, measles vaccines, surgeries for war wounds, and HIV and TB care, just to name a few. We'll keep doing everything we can to respond to coronavirus while providing medical care to the people who need it most.